Welcome students, this is Ravi Shankar. In our last class we have studied about the capacitors. When we are considering about the capacitor called to be parallel plate capacitor, in case of parallel plate capacitor, we have obtained an expression for the capacitance Cs epsilon 0 into A divided by D. And when you are considering the energy, potential energy stored in the capacitor is epsilon E is equal to half into epsilon 0 into, half into epsilon 0 into A into E square into D, or we can say A into E square into A. At the same time, we have stated about the, when you are considering about this A into D, not AD, A into D. Also we have considered the energy stored in the capacitor as epsilon of E equal to 1 divided by 2 into Q square divided by C, which is equal to half into C into V square. Also we have stated epsilon E divided by volume, what we are calling it out as energy density. When you are considering energy density represented by epsilon of E, which is equal to half into epsilon 0 into E square. From this, it is clear that energy is stored in the electrical field between the two plates. Electrical field between the two plates. This is what we have studied in our last video. So what we are going to study today? See, what we are going to study today means we are going to consider about the applications of the capacitors, one of the 2-mark question. So let us consider what are the applications of a capacitor. See, we are having many number of applications, practical applications. See, the first application that we can discuss is when you are considering a camera, either a digital camera or an film camera that it was being used in previous years. In order to get a good photography, we will be using the flashlights given out from the camera while the button is said to get clicked. So the capacitors which are used in flashlights generally called to be flash capacitors. So we can consider the first application as flash capacitors nowadays, which are used in digital cameras. So in case of the cameras, in order to get a good photography, the flashlight that is coming out is done with the help of the flash capacitors. See, during that discharge, energy is released. We can say energy is released from the capacitor, when the click button or the discharge is made to take place. The energy released is given out in the form of what? The energy released is given out in the form of light energy. So this we can consider it as the first application. Then what is the second application? Let us consider the second application of capacitors in medical field. See, when you are considering the medical field, you are having a device called to be heart defibrillator. It is the defibrillator. What do you mean by this? Defibrillator. This heart defibrillator is used to give a sudden shock with the help of large amount of electrical energy to a heart patient so that the heart can be made to work again. So in case of heart defibrillator, a sudden shock, or we can say a sudden surge of large amount of electrical energy is discharged. Large amount of electrical energy can be discharged or given out. So a sudden surge or shock is given by a large amount of electrical energy with the help of the device called to be heart defibrillator. See, in this case of heart defibrillator, in order to liberate a sudden or a large amount of electrical energy, see, in this case, a large capacitor is being used. A large capacitor is being used. See, the large capacitor is initially charged. When that large capacitor is made to let out energy, is discharged, it can able to produce a large amount of electrical energy. So the large capacitor is used in heart defibrillator. In heart defibrillator. See, in this case, the capacitor that was being used is nearly, see, the capacitor used is nearly having a value of nearly 175 microfarad. In order to produce a voltage, okay, a very large voltage is to be produced. So in order to produce or in order to discharge around 200 volt. So 200 volt of potential difference is being given out during the discharge of the capacitor in case of heart defibrillator. For that, in that device called to be heart defibrillator, a capacitor of value nearly 175 microfarad is being used. This is considered to be the second application. Let us go for the third application. See, while you are considering the automobile engines, see, either you can consider the two-wheeler or the four-wheeler. For making the engine to initially get started, that is ignited. In order to get the engine ignited, we will be supplying an voltage with the help of a battery that was available in our vehicle. If you are having a two-wheeler, for self-start, you will be using a battery. That current or the voltage that is coming out from that of the battery is not given to the engine or the spark plug directly. If it was being given to the engine or to the engine through the spark plug, there is more chance for the automobile to get fired. That is, there will be large amount of sparks coming out. In order to avoid that, we will be using capacitors in order to eliminate that sparking. So, in automobile engines, so you can say, okay, we can write like this: in automobile engine or engines, to eliminate the sparks or the sparklings, we can write the sparks. What we are using, capacitors are being used. Capacitors are being used. So capacitors are playing a vital role in automobile engines in order, while igniting the engine, in order to avoid sparks. If sparks are produced, means there are more chances for the automobile to get fired. Okay, what is the fourth application? See, in your home, household appliances, we will be using an power supply called to be stabilizers. See, what is the function of the stabilizer? The function of the stabilizer is to avoid the voltage or the power fluctuations. While the power that is coming into our home increases, means then that stabilizer should decrease it so that the normal power can be supplied to the appliance. But at the same time, if there is an voltage drop, that variation in voltage, increase or decrease, we are calling it out as voltage fluctuations. That stabilizer will maintain a constant voltage. By whenever there is a drop, the stabilizer should increase the voltage. So while there is a power fluctuation in the home, then the household appliances may get damaged. In order to avoid that, we are using stabilizers. So inside the stabilizers, to increase the efficiency of the power, we are using capacitors. So the final application is, the capacitors are used to reduce power fluctuations. Okay, power fluctuations in power supplies. So best example, we can say the stabilizers that we are using for our household appliances. And also these capacitors are used to increase the efficiency of power transmission. Regarding this, we will be making a detailed study in our fourth lesson, power transmissions. So this we are taking it as some of the applications of what? Some of the applications of capacitors. Hope you should have understood. Let us summarize. When you are considering the applications of capacitors, see, we are using the capacitors in flashlights or flash lamps, in cameras. There we are having a capacitor called to be flash capacitors, and that flash capacitors are used in digital cameras nowadays. There the energy is released in the form of light energy, and it is given out from the capacitor available in it. Then it is used in the medical field in case of heart attacks for a patient. the heart is made to get into function by giving a large amount of electrical shock that was being produced with the help of a device called to be heart defibrillator. That heart defibrillator can able to produce a sudden surge of large amount of electrical energy. See, this sudden surge of large amount of electrical energy is given out from the large capacitor available in the heart defibrillator. That is in the device, the capacitors which are being used is having a large value. The capacitors that they are using is having a value in the order of 175 microfarad, which can able to produce an voltage around 200 volts. Similarly, in automobile section, in order to avoid the sparks in the engines, in order to avoid the firing of engines, we are using this capacitors, and we can able to eliminate the sparks that are being produced in and around the engine. And finally, these capacitors are used to reduce the power fluctuations in power supplies and also used to increase the efficiency of power transmission. We can consider this in our home or in household appliances. In order to avoid the damage caused to household appliances, we are using stabilizers. In that stabilizers, the voltage fluctuations are being minimized using the capacitors. This we are taking it as some of the applications of capacitors. What is the next one? The next topic that we are going to study is effect of dielectric inside the capacitor. See, let us recall what you have studied in the parallel plate capacitor. See, while you are considering a parallel plate capacitor, we have defined or we have stated this parallel plate capacitor as we are having two metal plates or conducting plates separated by a small distance with some dielectric. Initially, we have considered the dielectric as air medium. If you are introducing a dielectric as air medium in between the two plates, then the capacitance available is given by the formula epsilon 0 into A divided by D. This is a general concept that we have already studied. Now we are going to study a special concept now. In between the two plates, instead of this air medium, if some dielectric is being placed inside, then what will happen to the capacitance of the capacitor? That we are calling it out as effect of dielectric. So the question is, what will happen? Or we can say, what is the effect? Whether the capacitance of the capacitor will increase or decrease if a dielectric, we can say other than air. If a dielectric other than air is replacing the air in between the two plates. If a dielectric is replacing air in between the plates. That was the question and we have to explain. See, in general we can say, what is that effect? I can say the effect in one word. What is that effect? After introducing a dielectric replacing air, one can say that the capacitance will increase. increase. One can say that the capacitance of the capacitor increase. Replacing here, then the capacitance increases. Capacitance increases. This is a general concept. If you want, I can explain this, but it is not in your book. So I can explain this in a simple way. You just have it in your mind. Or having two plates, let us take that two plates as P and Q. In between the two, I have introduced a dielectric. So this we are calling it out as dielectric. If a dielectric is introduced other than here, then the permittivity, or we can say dielectric constant epsilon r is always greater than 1. So if a dielectric is introduced, then we can say the capacitance can be written as, if it is R means it is epsilon 0. Other than R means we can say epsilon into A divided by D. What is epsilon? Where epsilon is considered to be the permittivity of the medium. Permittivity of what? Permittivity of the medium. That is, the medium is dielectric medium. But we know that epsilon is equal to epsilon 0 into epsilon r. Therefore, capacitance, let us write like this, capacitance C dash, capacitance after introducing dielectric. So C dash will be equal to epsilon 0 into epsilon r into A divided by D, which could be written as this epsilon 0, okay, I can write epsilon 0 into A divided by D. This value we have written it as C. Capacitance of the capacitor with the R as dielectric multiplied with epsilon r. As epsilon r is greater than 1, C dash is greater than C. So we can say after introducing dielectric, the capacitance of the capacitor increases. See, this you consider it as a general concept which will be used for writing your public examination in problems as well as entrance examination. But it is not dealt in your book directly, but this is a simplest way. So how it was being dealt in your book, that we have to study. See, in your book, if you are considering about the effect of dielectrics in a capacitor, effect of dielectrics in a capacitor. See, in general we can say after introducing the dielectrics in a capacitor, the capacitance is getting altered, or I can say the capacitance of the capacitor gets changed or gets altered by introducing a dielectric, in between the plates. This is what we have written it in the previous case also. But we can study this concept in two ways. What are the two ways by which this alteration or changing in capacitance can be studied? One, when the capacitor gets disconnected from the battery, from the source or from battery. What is the value? See, what we have to calculate, what is the value of the capacitance and what is the amount of energy stored. Similarly, the next one, when the capacitance is connected with the battery, when the capacitance or when the capacitor is connected to the battery. is connected to the battery. So for these two cases, we have to calculate what is the capacitance and also what is the potential energy that was being stored. So in general, we can say that by introducing a dielectric in between the plates of a parallel plate capacitor, by replacing air, the capacitance gets altered. So how you can able to obtain expression for this? In general, the expression I have dealt in the previous line. Thus C dash is equal to epsilon 0 into epsilon r into A by D or C into epsilon r. But this effect of change in capacitance can be studied in two ways. One, when the capacitance gets disconnected from the battery, what is the value of the capacitance, what is its change in potential energy, whether the potential energy increases or decreases, that can be studied. So one by disconnecting the battery and another one by connecting the battery. So these two concepts we will see it in the next video. Thank you.